Hey, Esther, it's Ben. I'm here with my friend Kelsey, and we're going to break up Fiery Love. We're going to work on Fiery Love a little bit, and we're going to break it up into sections. So we're going to do the introduction, we're going to do the chorus and the verse separately in different segments. So I'm going to play with the recording that Rod sent to me, that your dad sent to me. But basically the entire song is just 3 chords. And I was trying to find a tasteful way to play these. So I'm going to have Kelsey first, before we start the music, show you the voicings. So the first chord is E minor. All of the song is E minor, G, and C. E minor, G, and C. Minor just means the third is lower, right? So focus on my hands if you would here. So the first song is, or the first chord is E minor. So we talked about before doing the octaves in the bass, where you're doubling the bottom note. You can also do root 5 because all of these are in this chord. So you can use root and 5 as an alternative to root and root. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we get to, we call it the 5th of the chord. Anyway, I think that this suits the song better than the octaves that we had in the other song. And then I think the rhythm that would work best is on 1 in the left hand, and then beat the and of 2 for the right hand. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2. So that's how you should play it, I think. That's the basic way. I'm not doing any inversions, just playing these chords. And I'm going to play this with the music here. It's all queued up, and you'll hear, I hope, how this works. And then I'm going to show you an alternate way to play it. Here we go. See that rhythm, the rhythm works really well there. Now I want to show you a different way to play those notes. So there's something that we have in piano playing, especially in this style, where you want to add color. And so we have alternative notes that we can play to the main notes. So on that E minor, instead of playing E, G, B, what did I do? Did this tonight. Okay, you can add a note, so you can always add the 7th of the chord too. So I'm going to stay within the key signature. There's an F sharp in this key signature, so if I go every other note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can add the 7th. Okay, makes it sound richer. So it's a 4-note chord. Now I'm going to do something tricky, and it's going to take some practice, but I want you to have the information. I'm going to then invert it. Remember we talked about the inversion? But I'm going to leave the top off. So now I have the E down here. I don't need it elsewhere. And I just think this is begging for an 11th. So 11 is the same as 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play in the right hand G, A, and D. It's going to sound like this. Much more like what's on the record. So what's happening is it's an E minor, 7, moving the 5th to 4, I'm dropping the root, and that's what I have. And I keep my same bass that we talked about. Now, the beauty is, when you go up to G, you can keep it. You don't have to move it, because I've already got my G and my D, and I'm playing what's called a sus chord. So you can play the 2nd degree of this chord, see 1, 2, instead of the 3rd. It's called a sus. It's suspended. It's neither major nor minor. This could be over your head. It may not be. I don't know. But the beauty is I can go from this Now, I want to tell you all kinds of things, but what I'm going to tell you is to play, we were playing this, we're going to do an inversion, so it's not so high. It's going to be this one. Now I can do substitutions there too, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. Just playing the inverted chord. So you get this. What did I just say I was going to do? That's it. Now listen to that with the phone. This is Kelsey's phone, only her finger works. She hasn't given me access yet. Can you imagine that? Okay. Here we go.
I forgot, sorry.
Here we go. Jesus, be my song, be my love. You can also invert it now. So if you want a different sound, you can go from this, bring the E to the top. Remember, that's an inversion, right? So if you want to change it up, you can always invert these. So let's try it again. Okay, let's move on to the other part. Here it goes. Okay, so let's pause that for
We'll
now.
be here for now, the second part.
So, yep, lift me up. I think you just do whole notes for this. And you can do it two ways, of course. You can, here I would stop doing the root 5 thing and I would go to octaves. So when you get to the lift me up, just big chords, I would come down to the G. And use your weight. You can also do an inversion. You want to change that sound. Oh, this will sound different. Let's play it with the music now.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, there you go. Much better. Inversion. Okay, I had a couple thoughts. So remember we also talked about inversion. So we did do the big C, down to G, down to E. And I think you should keep them as whole notes. Now, you can also invert them like we talked about, right? Now watch my G. So remember, instead of going down to here, I can keep it right here. All I have to do is move those. So if I'm on C, 2, 3, 4, G, it's right like that, B, D, and G. If I take my G down here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now watch this E minor. I don't have to really do anything there. I can just go from C, move my thumb and index finger, and now I just have to get onto E minor. So you can do it different ways. You can do one of them all the way down, then to get a different sound, you can do the inversion one. I want to do so many other things. Once you get this down, then you got to call me because we'll work in some other more colorful things. I'm going to do it with this music. Now, one of the things that we talked about in the last session was moving the bass. So you can do that. Remember when, it's like, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember we talked about approaching the next chord by the note in front of it. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. So you can move this around. Let me give you something concrete though. So I always approach the chord that I'm going to by the note that's in the key next to it. So I was about to hit C, I did it with a B. 3, and then 1, 2, 3. I'm about to hit C with a B there. 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, I hope this is making sense. So let's do it with this again. Kels, can you? Okay. Whoop. Okay, we're gonna rewind a little bit. Okay. So again, I go from the first part with root 5 to the next part with the octaves. There's so much more to talk about. There's color things that you can do that we can talk about. Now the last part is going to be similar to the first part. So let's listen. Now we can talk about the bass thing here too. So I'm hoping this is going to be okay as a tutorial for you. There's a lot that I'd like to talk about. If I were to play this personally, I would put more stuff in it. But once you get this as a basis, then we can talk about how to really sweeten it by some of these color notes and maybe bigger stretches. I don't know how big your hands can stretch at this point, but you can do. Stuff like that. Little things that you can do to.
Those are yummy.
So, all right. I hope this works for you. And if not, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. And we can take these to a different level as you get the basics. And I'm so excited that you're doing this, though. It makes me super happy. All right. Have a good night. It's nighttime here. Bye.